there's a buck. Oh, it's a big buck. Oh yeah, that's definitely the biggest buck of my life. Where is he?
Get him. You gonna shoot him?
Oh, I can't see him.
What do you mean you just
Where is he?
He's
Where is
huge.
he?
He's right there.
Where?
He's right there.
Oh, I got him. Let me zoom in. Oh, hold on, I missed. I'm off.
Come on, man. He's not sticking around.
Okay, I got him.
Now we'll shoot him.
Here we go.
Shoot him. Did you get him?
Did I get him? Oh no, he's still there.
Get him again. Get him again.
Hold on, I gotta zoom out. Oh shit.
Come on, dude. He's getting over the hill. He's getting over the hill.
Oh, he's I think he got away.
I don't think you got either one of those.
If you guys are anything like me, you're getting sick and tired of watching the same problem take place year after year in the field. I think it equals a lot of game getting away and not being harvested to fill your freezers. In my opinion, it's something that can easily be avoided, but most people aren't doing it for some reason. Maybe there's not enough information, maybe people don't practice enough, but what is that's driving me crazy? It's your scope. What exactly about your scope are people screwing up? In my opinion, they're getting their magnification wrong. Not enough magnification, you're not able to make a precision shot. Too much magnification, people end up fitzing around, not being able to find their target, not being able to make fast, effective follow-up shots, and that's how game gets away. So today, we're gonna find out what is the best magnification for you in the field. All right, so we're gonna be testing 3 different magnifications today. First one's gonna be 4x, then we're gonna jump to 12x, and then we'll finish with 32x to get a good spread of magnifications. We've already done some testing on does the magnification affect your 0, and it appears the verdict is pretty much no. All right, guys, here we are with the results of the 4x magnification test at 100 yards. So we have Drew's group here, Eric's group here in the middle, and then my group here on the right. We chose this rifle and ammo combination because it just shoots so well. So you can see every group is absolutely phenomenal. So your thoughts might be 4x doesn't have any effect on it. That being said, something I did notice, Drew did really well, aim point right here in the center, his group just a smidge high, but I would call that pretty perfect. Eric's aim point here, center of his group, high right. My aim point being here, my group is low right. So to help you guys visualize that a little bit better, if we were sighting in a rifle, brand new, our aim point's here, Drew sighted in here, I sighted in here, and Eric sighted in here. So as you can tell, even though we're printing good groups with 4x, we aren't consistent as a group, or even other than Drew, even individually, our aim point is off. One thing to take note with this setup is our scope is a first focal plane reticle, so it is extremely small. It's really hard to see on this target. Had we had a second plane reticle, if it was a little bit bigger, that would probably alleviate this issue, potentially, but just something to take note. Phenomenal group so far. 4x hasn't held us back, but point of impact has been off. So doesn't matter if you get a high power scope or a lower powered scope, your 0 should be where it should be as long as you do your part. I think the higher magnification does help. We'll probably show you guys some video about those results. But next test we're gonna do is gonna be quick target acquisition at closer ranges. We're not gonna show you the target because it doesn't necessarily matter, although we'll try to be precise. We're gonna start on 4x. Eric is gonna go first. We are gonna use a shot timer because instead of accuracy, we're going on speed and trying to combine it with accuracy. So Drew is gonna hold the shot timer. Right before the beep, he'll give him a color balloon to shoot at. We have 3 out there about 50 yards away. Once the beep goes off, Eric is gonna, as fast as he can, acquire his target and shoot it. We'll test that with 4x, 12x, and 32x to see does higher magnification slow you down. You ready?
Yep.
All right.
Pink.
Oh.
1.51. Red. 2.07. Pink.
Gosh, I can't see it. My eye's strained, dude. I have no idea. This is crazy. I can't find it.
It gave up.
It should still register when he shoots. Just let it go.
That's crazy.
Or is that a give up?
Orange.
Again, dude. The
Pink. 2.15, and the pop can was shot. Pink.
DQ.
oh, he found it eventually.
11.35 did hit the target. 4 power. Red. 1.34. Orange. 1.29. Orange. 1.42.
Pink. 1.28. Orange.
That was tight.
1.39. Orange. Oh, you did it.
I did it. I
Redo
didn't
redo
shoot
it,
though.
redo
I
it.
didn't shoot. That's hard.
Red. 1.78. All right, here we are at 400 yards. We're gonna keep the same order of shooters. So Eric is up first, and we're gonna be testing the same magnification. So we're gonna start with 4, go to 12, 32 at the end. And we wanna know, does more power equal more precision, or does less power give you the ability to observe your impact so you can make a follow-up shot if need be and do that more precisely? So Eric's up first. I'm gonna use a cap to cover the scope. He's not gonna know what is dialed. He's gonna shoot for a clay pigeon. More than likely he will miss because it's not zeroed for that. His job is to identify that miss, make the correction, and shoot the big steel target. He's gonna just try and aim right in the middle of the big steel target. It is large, but closer to the center, the better. We're gonna start 4, 12, 32.
Yep.
You good to go?
I'm good to go.
Go ahead and cover your eyes with the beanie while I adjust this. All right, Eric, go ahead and pull it off. So Eric does not know what's dialed. He's gonna go ahead and take a shot at the clay, make an adjustment, hit the steel. If he does not see his impact, it's gonna be don't follow up. No second shot.
Yeah.
You ready?
I think that's gonna be the case here, but we'll try.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go for it. All right, now we are on 12 power. We also are going to add that the adjustments can't be more than 4 MOA off, just for sake of being in the shot. We've screwed that up in the past. All right, 12X, you ready?
Yep.
All right, on you.
Same clay pigeon.
Yep, same clay. All right, 32 power. Last shot. All right, Matt's up to go. So starting on 4X, then he'll go to 12, then he'll go to 32. Scope has already been dialed in incorrectly. So here we go. All right, no call on the first shot. Now we're at 12 power. Scope's been dialed in differently on Matt.
Good. All right, we're good. Cody's up. This is on 4 power.
Same clay as always.
£12 good to go.
On 12?
Yeah, I moved it.
Ooh, I jumped off the bag. No call. Oh, that sucks.
Since you didn't see it, we're just gonna keep it on that one. Go up to 32 power.
Oh, that's
See if you can get it
so
figured out this go
bad.
around.
Way too much recoil on that 6.5.
I know.
Way too much.
That's horrible.
I
Jeez.
forgive you, don't worry.
Ready?
Yep.
No call.
All right, 4 power. All right, now on 12 power. All right, now 32 power. Oh, geez, it's a lot more zoomed in. No call.
All right, guys, we stepped it back to about 650 yards. We're gonna keep the same order. Eric is up first, starting on 4 power. Our target is gonna be about a softball-sized rock sitting on top of a bigger rock. We wanted to simulate the splash being more kind of a hunting scenario rather than a nice dirt mound. So Eric's gonna start off 4X, shooting for the rock. He will miss because the scope has been dialed incorrectly. His job, spot the impact, make a correction, and try to be as close as he can to hitting that little rock. You ready?
Yep. Let's do it.
All right, let's go. All right, we got a no call on 4 power, bumping him up to 12 power. Scope's been redialed. On you. All right, 32 power. Scope's been adjusted once again. When you're ready. You ready?
Yep.
For the sake of not wasting ammo, I'm not going to shoot again. I'm pretty sure I was low right, but we'll move on to 12 power.
All right, 4 power. We are changing ammo. We were running low on the other one. So hopefully it's in frame that I can see it.
Always throwing excuses in there.
I got plenty of excuses, man. I will keep them all. You guys ready?
Yep.
Oh, came down a little too much. No call.
All right, before we get into our final thoughts, I do want to add that equipment matters. So today we're using a 6.5 Creedmoor that is suppressed, which has fairly minimal recoil. I think a lot of our issues that you guys will see or just saw, it has to do with lack of splash more so than too much recoil, although too much recoil was a factor in some of the shooting positions and distances. Your equipment is going to be different than this. If we were to shoot a higher recoiling cartridge, that's going to affect things differently. If we were shooting a larger bullet that had more splash, that could also change things for both positive and negative. So our results are going to be different than your results. Get out there, test your own stuff, find out what magnification works for you, and make sure you take your own personal hunting style and skill into consideration.
All right, well, it's kind of interesting finishing that up. I didn't really think at distance it would cause that much of a difference. It was really interesting seeing that some people couldn't spot impacts, couldn't see the target. There is a lot to say about having more magnification. I would say it's really important for first round impacts. Follow-ups, it can really cause issues because you do have a lot more variance, a lot more change when you have a shot and your gun kicks you. It moves you off target a lot more. It's harder to get back on. That being said, at distance, I still think magnification helps quite a bit. I wouldn't go anything beneath probably 12 to 16. You need to have at least that to be able to get in and see a target at distance. Much more than that can help for spotting it, and for getting a first round impact can screw you up for those follow-up shots, but I still think having more magnification is helpful, especially in a hunting situation where you're not shooting at a standing target, you're shooting at an animal that's going to be moving, maybe behind brush, so you can get on it, be aware of where it is, see it, and be able to be on target and hit it. That being said, it's also very helpful to have people who can spot with you so that you're not the only one spotting impacts. Having a good spotter is probably more important than any of the magnification, but if you have to just go off magnification, I wouldn't be shooting targets at over 16.
So how important is magnification in the field? Well, I think it's extremely important and extremely overlooked. That being said, I don't know that there is a Goldilocks magnification. I think it's up to you and your equipment to decide what's going to be best for your specific purposes, which is why it's important to get out, kind of test some things, find out what works. As you guys saw up close, there was some serious struggles going on at high magnification with target acquisition, which happens in the field all the time. And on the flip side, when we were on the lower magnification with the extended range shots, there wasn't enough splash signature to be able to recognize the miss and make the correction. Something we see in the field on a regular basis is people taking their time, making sure the animal is a nice broadside position, and upon missing, it turns into a frantic reload and shoot as much as they can. I think we learned today that if you don't spot the impact and have a good idea of how to make a follow-up shot, it's probably better not to. It's important to have enough magnification to identify your target and be able to make a precise shot, but it's also important to be able to identify the reaction of the animal or be able to follow up if need be. I think, for me personally, I think it's worth having a scope with higher magnification. In fact, just this last year, I wouldn't have harvested my deer had I not had the higher magnification on my scope. I was with some people who had 16 power binoculars. They were not able to identify the buck in the group. We knew there was a buck. We had seen him before, but he was just a little spike. I had my 32 power scope. I was able to zoom in myself, identify the buck, zoom back out, and make the shot. And now my freezer is full. So for that reason, higher magnification can be worth it. Is it worth the extra weight in your scope and the more expense to get a scope with the quality, clarity at the higher magnification? That's for you to decide in your style. If you're not a long range shooter or long range hunter, you absolutely do not need more magnification. Let us know in the comments, what do you think the best magnification is? Do you think most people are over zoomed, or do you think most people could deal with more magnification and have higher success in the field. We appreciate you watching. Until next time, plink responsibly.